Spruce Grove or whatever, not Spruce Grove. What do you call it from? What do you call it? Are you in Spruce Grove?
No, Stony Plain.
You'd be JF Stony Plain.
So so you're saying McDonald's is the son of?
Yeah, so you could be no, not McDonald's, just the MAC part or the MC part is son of or of.
So Mach.
Yeah.
Or Mac. Is it Mac or Mach? Is it
both.
McDonald's or McDonald's?
It's both. Oh no, McDonald's is McDonald's, like MAC, right?
McDonald's.
McDonald's, yeah. I think when it's Muck, it's MC.
And then Mac would be an A in there, right?
Yeah. And then MAC, and then the capital D, that means like it's Donald's or Donald, MacDonald would be son of Donald. And in DiMonaco, my sister's last name is Di Biagio. She married into...
Sounds like a car.
The Delmonico. No, not the Delmonico. The Monaco was Chrysler, right? Chrysler Delmonico or Chrysler Monaco?
Yeah, I think it was. I still like calling you Silky Smooth, though. Much better. Anyways, so we are live. So
wow.
I went live, Dom. I thought that was a good intro. We've never had that before. Anyways, welcome everyone to Late Night Restaurant Show podcast. We'll explain that in a second here. But our guest didn't show up tonight, so we're just going to boo him. But anyways, that's twice it's happened in 1,600 shows later. So you're on that shit list. Sorry.
Well, no, stuff happens, Jay. We don't know.
Okay, so I take that back.
Yeah, you should.
Sorry. I hope everything's okay.
Exactly.
Text or an email would have been fine.
But you don't know. So yeah, probably just shut up.
Yeah, probably. Thank you. So John, we hope you're okay. No, we're bugging you. We hope you're okay and everything's there. We really wanted to talk to you. It would have been fun to learn about the amazing things you do. You are a rock star on LinkedIn, and we do appreciate all this stuff that you're doing there. And I was excited. I actually read up on you. So yeah. Anyways. So Dom, I thought we could talk about the event that you're putting on with Kendrick's next, because we do a webinar every week for Next through our channels. And I thought tonight, why not ask you a whole bunch of questions about Next and see if you get them wrong?
Yeah, probably. I probably got a lot of them wrong. We should have Kendrick's here. He knows. This is why Kendrick's actually called me. He says, "Can you do a show with Dom and grill him on a whole bunch of questions? This is more of a test." Okay. Yeah. Are you ready for your test? Your test for next? Well, let's do the intro so I can do some quick speed reading on what are
You don't even know. That's a crazy thing. You don't even know. Anyways, John, once again, we hope everything's fine. We would have loved to talk to you, but please let's rebook with our team. There's about 50 of them over there. They can work on scheduling that with you. Anyways, so we get to ask Domenic a whole bunch of questions. Like, Mr. Beck, you know what? We wish you and your wife a great anniversary. It's their anniversary today, Dom.
Well, happy anniversary. So I didn't know that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's very awesome. Very cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Keep it going, buddy. That's good stuff. And you know what? He sent me a picture of what he got his wife. I'll let him explain it. I'll let him explain it later. And he's like, "Why did you say it was amazing?" Because I didn't really look at it because I was busy driving. Because you're not supposed to look at your text when you drive.
That's
so I wasn't looking.
No.
But I voiced and I said it was amazing. And he caught me. He's like, "That's not amazing." So anyways, I got caught today. Anyways, you never get caught? Never get caught? Hey, there's a couple things I want to talk about tonight, as well as the next event. So everyone, Late Night Restaurant Show podcast, we're going to talk about the next event that Domenic and Kendrick's are putting on in Calgary. Number 2, I'd like to talk about Ozempic and how Ozempic is actually impacting the restaurant industry.
Yeah.
And Maeve Webster and Mike wrote an incredible review about it wasn't Maeve. It was actually Lauren Fernandez. You remember Lauren? She's incredible. One of the smartest ladies in the industry. She wrote a big thing about Ozempic and the impact it's having on the food service industry. And then I read about the fancy food show that happened in New York. I think it was last week or the week before. And they had a lot of protein things out there, Dom. So there's protein desserts coming now. Protein coffee. I'm going to give everyone an idea here. Someone make protein water. You're going to make $1 billion. So,
isn't that smart water?
No, that's the alkaline. Well, you need protein. Yeah, good try, Dom. Anyways, so we're going to talk about those things today. John, I hope everything's good again. Please don't wreck me for saying what I said on LinkedIn. And Dean, enjoy the show tonight. And Beck, happy anniversary. And Dom, you want to do your little intro?
Yeah, do the intro, Jay.
Why don't you sing along to it?
There's no songs, Jay. There's no music. There's no words.
All right. And to anyone else, please stop with the golf course pictures on LinkedIn.
Yeah, you said it. No, don't do it again. Please.
Don't do it again. Here we go. All right, welcome everyone back to Late Night Restaurant Show / podcast. We have to say podcast. Domenic just found out after how many shows, Dom?
Well, we've stopped saying it's not a podcast probably about 50 ago. More?
A little more.
More?
Yeah, it was about January.
January of 77?
Yeah, exactly. It was last year. Way to go. Thanks for saying that. But to anyone that wants to start a podcast, when you use the word not a podcast, it doesn't help when people try to give you awards and nominate you and all those things when they're like, yeah, but it's not a podcast. Didn't work in our favor. So as soon as we switched, we went up to number 48 overnight. So sorry, Dob. We were unrated, unpopular, couldn't get sponsors.
Unrated is good. Like the unrated movies, right? That means nobody gets to fuck with you. So
yeah, there we go. We're unrated. Anyways, we got a great show, everyone. Our guest unfortunately can't make it tonight. We don't hope everything is good. It was John. It was Domenic that made me say that earlier. So we'll send you his address and phone number later. But I might have a surprise guest. Just 1 second. So Dom, tell me about your day, first of all.
Tell me about my day. Well, we did a webinar today, and we talked about Next actually today at noon, Calgary time, about the Next Food Service and Hospitality Expo happening September 8th and 9th, BMO Center in Calgary. That was exciting. We had Sam from our team on there. That was really good. She's a firecracker, man. She knows a lot of stuff. She's really, really good. We're lucky to have her on our team. She was going to come on and in just a small way, but thankfully, when we saw what her capabilities were, she agreed to work full time with us. So we're really happy about that. And Sabrina from Sabrina SF Creative.
What do you think SF stands for?
Sabrina Falone, her name.
Oh,
sorry, it might stand for something else. I'm assuming that. We'll have to ask her next time we talk to her.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious, eh?
Well, you know what? I've never asked though, so maybe that's not confirmed, Jay.
Yeah. Anyways. So Dom, let's talk about this because everyone's going to be listening to us and listening to the show on the podcast because people listen to us on Spotify, Apple, and all those places. One thing we want to talk about tonight is the next event. So yeah, we did a webinar today, which was great. It was my day off. And it was really good in a sense on what Sam, you have 2 push-ups, by the way. Sam was talking about on all the different things that you guys are doing over there. And I thought it was really interesting how you're elevating it up. You're trying different things. But here's the other thing I want everyone to know. You've got big balls to do this.
Thanks, Jay. You know what? It's daunting.
You do.
It is very daunting. The good thing is, both Kendricks and I have been around for a while. We're I don't want to say like I'm close to the senior side. He's not. He's creative and I'm not. But one of the things that happens often later in your career is you become bolder because you're not as afraid as you would be when you're super young and you're raising a family or whatever. It's true, I think, right? I think if you talk to a lot of owners,
yeah, I think you get into that point. I'm not there. I'm not as old as you.
No.
And I find that I hope one day that I get there where I'm not afraid about that stuff, that I do take those big risks. But you guys do that.
Yeah, it's scary, but here's what I did learn a long time ago from Costco. If you do the right thing, and this is their philosophy. You do the right thing, you pay people well, you treat them well, good things will happen. So that's our fortune for next. Mm-hmm. Is we know there's a need for the industry. But
where's that stem from though?
Well, for me, it stems from doing this podcast, talking to a lot of people, attending quite a few trade shows. I haven't done a lot, but I've done my fair share. We attend a lot. We sponsor a lot. We sponsor some in a big way with big money for as their platinum sponsors with little or no results or little or no recognition. So when, Kendricks and I started talking about just at the beginning of the pandemic, actually, about doing this is when we really started talking about it. And it was obviously, nothing was going to happen during that time. But that's when we first sort of talked about the idea of doing something here in Western Canada that was different from the regular food service and hospitality shows, different from the distributor shows. And as we started doing our research, the holy crap, there's not been something in a significant way since 2012, 2010 almost, depending on how you look at it. But 2012 really is the last time there's been a business-to-business food service and hospitality trade show of any size like this in Western Canada. The distributors have put on some food shows where they're highlighting food, and they, you work for one of those big distributors, and they do a good job at those shows. But it's only food. We have some other components to it. We have speakers, we have panels. Kendricks is doing some cool stuff with immersive.
Yeah, I found about something else that you didn't tell the marketing guy and the ambassador about today.
Well, the ambassador's on a need-to-know basis because he'll come up with some crazy idea about having a sleepover.
I did. It was a sleepover, car wash. You mentioned oil change. Sneakers, and a few other things.
Well, now I'm thinking like a full-service valet service where we drop your car, we get it clean.
Valet or ballet?
Valet.
Okay, they said
with
ballet.
A V. No,
I thought you were saying B.
No.
All right. So Dom, I want to ask you this: what do you want people to walk away with? What's that?
I want it to be ultimately. I'd want them to be wowed, right? Wow, that was really good. That was fun. It was good value. I learned something. I'm able to take an idea away, or I found a new vendor. I found a new supplier. For the vendors, those folks at Next treated us well, right? They really looked after us. We want that experience, to what Samantha said today. We want the vendors, the exhibitors to feel the love, to feel like that we care about, what's good. we need their check, obviously, to pay for the thing, but we want them to have a good experience and to be successful. So, bringing in different things and doing different things, that's challenging. That's scary. You know what? For some exhibitors, that's scary too, because sometimes they know what they know, right? They've been to all these other trade shows. So a new one is scary sometimes for people.
The thing that I like that you guys are doing is you're bringing in speakers, not just speakers on the circuit. You're bringing in speakers, because I know you're bringing in Doug from the Wild Hospitality Group. You're bringing other people in, and I think Sam said another speaker today. You guys are bringing in a very diverse group of people when it comes to backgrounds in the industry, and just from different levels, different parts of the country, all over. I think you also have Monty coming up from Florida. You guys have a truckload of experts that would go normally you would see at like the Las Vegas show or at the NRA show, National Association show in Chicago. All those things you would normally see this level, and you're now bringing it to Calgary. I don't know if Calgary, I'm going to tell you this, Calgary, because I'm close to you. I know you've been you for years. This is incredible what you guys are bringing when it comes to the level of helping people, helping this industry. This isn't just a trade show. Those are bad. This is an expo, and what you and Kendricks is doing is bringing in multi-levels of engagement and thinking of different things, so the operators and the vendors that are attending it walk away and get something out of it.
Yeah,
right?
And some labs right on the floor that you wouldn't see in most places, where you can get hands-on with stuff. We're because it's business to business, it's deemed from a licensing perspective as a semi-private event, because it's by invite only. You paid you paid for your tickets, but it is really by invitation only, and it's not open to the general public. So it allows us to do a few things differently. It also allows Kendrick's creativity part to kind of run a little wild, which is cool. So all those things are super, super exciting and scary also at the same time, right?
So when we talk, I want to shift over to the other things that we're going to talk about tonight. So you want everyone to walk away, all these other things. Is there any talk about?
To walk away with, I got something that was valuable for my business. It was exciting, right? For the vendors, I got value for my experience. We want them to really feel, feel love, but like the Western hospitality that, just because it's a trade show and it's busy and there's lots of stuff going on, that doesn't mean we can't treat you right. And we're working really hard at making sure that all the little things, right? The lead retrieval is reasonable. The first X amount got it at no charge. We negotiated that with some of our vendors. The need not to have basic power, like you're not paying for basic power. You're getting
here's the thing, Dom. I want to get in on that part here in a second.
Yeah. Go ahead.
I don't know if a lot of people that listen to our show or listen to our podcast and some of this understand that other shows do that.
Some people might not, right? Exhibitors would know it. Exhibitors know it because they go to. What's that?
I have a special guest.
Okay, let me finish though, and then let's bring him.
Let's bring him in.
Exhibitors know it because they attend.
You get to talk about baking shit.
Okay, cool. Exhibitors know it because I talked to one exhibitor. They do 25 shows a year. 25.
25.
25. All across North America. Big ones, small ones, medium ones, like the whole.
Oh, I've been to most.
Yeah. So they know. So when you tell them, no, you don't have to pay for power. No, you don't have to have a $900 carpet. No, it's a selling show. You can sell on the floor. You can sell and make deals. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, well, guess what? You're paying the bill for this thing, right? So we have to consider, what is best for you. We're telling the vendors, please try and bring some extraordinary value to the things you're selling as well, right? What kind of extraordinary offer can you offer the industry? Because the industry needs it right now, right? Part of the reason why we're having Next in Calgary is because we know, Kendricks and I and everybody we've spoken to when we've done our research, people from the West don't travel to the East to go to the trade shows that are in Canada. They might not even travel to Chicago. A few would, right? The big chains might. But the restaurants, the 2 and 3 and 4 shop restaurants, they're not. Nope. So we want to make it accessible. We've got deals with the airlines. We've got really good hotel deals with some hotel partners, that are on our website, the Blackfoot Inn, the Fairmount, the Radisson. There's another one I can't remember. I'm sorry, guys. But all the airlines, we've got at least 10% discount to fly here.
And if if rooms are too much money, Dom's got a garage.
Garage is full, Jay.
Is it? Okay. Anyways, let's bring in this guest because you know what? He's got a product out there. I want you to talk because you get to talk about baking stuff.
Oh,
he's a chef. He's got a lot. He's been on our show, but he was on our show way back, like years ago. Like you had a mullet, a ponytail, and he's incredible. So I'm going to bring him into the room here in a second. But you know what we're going to run? We're going to run a quick little ad for Next, the event that Dom's bringing to Calgary here. And then we're going to have Chef, get your camera back on. And we're going to have the chef on. And you get to talk about pastry, Dom. I thought a little treat for you. A little treat.
Damn.
Yeah, you get to talk
I'm excited now, Jay.
Right? Hey,
cool.
Michael, you're Italian, right? 2 Italians. There we go. Yeah, this should be good. Talking pastry. Fucking A. All right, here we go. All right, be right back after this next event that Domenic and Kendricks are bringing to Calgary, September 8th and 9th at the BMO Center. And Dom, you've got big balls to do this. Chef Michael.
Hey, hold on.
There he is.
Hi, Chef.
He is.
Hey,
I don't think I met Chef
Mr.
Michael.
J. Hey, how are you?
You've never met?
No.
I don't
this
think
is Chef
so.
Michael Guerrieri. Legendary. He's a master. Like, okay, do you bake a lot, Chef?
No, I can't. Well, you know what? I like simplicity. I love the food part of it. My family, my father was an amazing baker. He had bakeries in Italy, and he came here to the U.S. My brother took on his trade. I ran away from it, and I became the chef in the family. I love baking simple things, a couple of things with that, but yes, I like a thing here and there. Yeah, but the food for me, definitely gets the top of the pedestal.
Being a chef is hard. Being a baker is harder.
Ding, ding. See, I like this guy already.
Oh, God.
My family, I'm a baker, and I come from a family of bakers. You're 100% right. Jay and I have talked people out of starting a restaurant right on this show.
We'll talk you right out of one.
But yeah, it's like, well, look, the baking, let's see, it's sort of maintain that big diner menu of offer as opposed to other industries like the food industry that is starting to learn about minimizing. So the bakeries, no matter how you go and where you go, a lot of these bakeries, they all have 1,000 different types of cookies from the same base.
My family does breads and only bread. They're a little bit of pastry, but they way back to my parents even simplified the menu. They kept it to wholesale. They kept it to some specialty breads and stuff. When they were, even when I was around, we did very little, some cookies, but very little. And, my niece is doing some pastries now, but it's still only wholesale. The storefront's only open a little bit, but it's still, Jay, like a restaurant, it's just a lot of work, right? It's a lot of work for little money.
Look,
unless you're good at it.
Yeah, but minimize. I mean, seriously. I mean, as crazy as it sounds, think about it for a second. If you've got like a cookie that is just one cookie, right? I mean, there are products out there that's one of it, that product. And if you put that in the baking category and say, hey, you know what, that is, that's really, it's so shameful that it got to that category so quickly because of COVID or whatever else that, it has to be now just one or two or three. It can't be more, but yeah, there's so many things. So yes, baking could be fun if it's that one product sometimes, just like me. I mean, I went from having these mega restaurants of all types and concepts to a 12 sandwich concept. I'm now it's just 12 sandwiches, I don't want any tablecloths and,
So Chef, I got to ask you this.
What you're doing now, Chef?
I do these gourmet sandwiches. I lived in Lisbon for 17 years, and I grew up in New York as a kid. And I'm originally from Italy, so I put the three cultures between the bread. And it's a 12 sandwich concept. What was that?
Where are you now?
I'm on Long Island. I was in the city before COVID hit, and then now I'm testing the waters out here. It's been a lot of fun. I like it. Yeah.
So Chef, I want to just come back to thing because I know you take bread serious, and Dom's a bread expert. What? He is.
No,
I want to talk bread.
My brother. Can I tell my brother? No,
yeah. Call a friend. Put your brother in.
No.
I want to talk about bread. So because I remember when you were working on your bread for your for Smartwitch, you were working on the bread for a long time. Let's talk bread here because Dom gets excited. Look at him; he's like just giddy. What's so special about the bread that you got?
Okay, all right. So before we get into don't go on. Don't jump into that water conversation here. No, but here's the thing. Okay, and of Latin descent, you've got the Italians, you've got the French, you've got the Portuguese, you've got the Spaniards. The Italians and the Portuguese, when you go to these regions of these countries, you're still going to encounter a variety of diversity of breads from those regions. Maybe one is more crusty, one is not made with salt, etc., blah, blah, blah. And it will have their own little. So the Portuguese have a bread, because like the Italians, the Portuguese have a really nice line of different breads from all their regions. But they have one bread called pão saloio, and it's a Portuguese bread. It's sort of a mix between a Kaiser roll and a crusty peasant bread. So you get that, this delicate crust with this semi-fluff in the center, but which we take out 50% of. It's good. I mean, look, you know what? It's nice because you're putting some real food between some real bread. So yeah.
So Chef, what's it like when you get real butter? Like butter and just the bread. It's got to be just die for. Or you don't even say it. You don't even use butter. Is that
oil? It's olive oil.
No. No. Listen. No, I have to say, do you know what every day, you know what my routine is? This is going to sound so fucking crazy. Can I say that sorry.
You can, you did.
Yeah, you can say where the fuck you want.
Know what? Okay, good. So every morning I get myself a piece of bread and I put a nice amount of olive oil on it and just a sprinkle of salt and pepper. And I have to start my day like that. And then I start my coffee. It's like, so
really every day?
Every day I do that. Yeah. I've done that every day. Yeah, I love it. So that's how I start my day. So yes, bread.
Dom eats a loaf of bread.
That they're everything, and they come in gluten free. By the way, I have nothing that's gluten free in there. So I mean, I
let's
the
talk
people
about that for a
in,
second. Just wait a second.
You don't make do you make the bread for your?
No, so I have a Portuguese friend of mine that makes it, and we get it from him. I have another Portuguese friend of mine and his wife that make me the Portuguese dessert, which is a pastel de nata. It's like a flaky encrusted creme
Have you
brulee.
ever had one?
What's it called?
Pastel de nata.
Pastel de nata.
PAS.
In Canada, they'd call them they call it a Portuguese tart. It's got the flaky
Portuguese tart. There you go.
with
So you got the
egg
Portuguese
sort of
tart.
custard in it.
Yeah, the Portuguese
They're
tart,
delicious.
the Chinese egg tart, right?
They're fucking
They
delicious, Jay.
Yeah. So I mean, when you have the Ferrari of the product, it's like they're flying around that track, man. It's good. It's really good. I mean,
my sister has a bakery and a deli in Toronto, and
nice.
until last 2 years ago, the local they looked high and low for these Portuguese tarts. They call them there anyway.
Pastel de nata.
They had a place that they found that I would come on the overnight from Calgary, and I'd get into Toronto at 6 a.m. 6 o'clock. You've been on that flight, Jay. I think the red eye. And by the time I got to Mississauga, it'd be like 7:30. And for probably 3 years in a row, 6 or 8 times a year, I'd fly in on that flight, and those things would be coming in the door when I got to the bakery. And they'd be warm still.
Yes.
Right.
Key element.
It makes a massive difference.
Key element.
And I don't know what they put in do they make it with butter? Do they make it with lard? I don't know.
Yeah, no, it is butter, but that's the problem.
It is butter.
Well, so, and you're in the food business. Look, everyone used to use butter, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm saying that very loosely. I mean, I'm not right. You know what I'm saying. Yeah. So many people are just substituting so much shit today. I mean, from chocolate to butter to freaking damn. I mean, no one knows what they're eating anymore. Really, no. It's so sad. The kind of foods they're doing. Anyway, without getting so much into detail, there's very few that still make it with real butter and real milk, right?
So I don't know, what's a pound of butter in the States?
As in pricing?
Yeah, price.
Oh God. I don't even know.
It's like $6 in Canada.
I don't even know. I don't use butter. I do not have butter in my shop. I don't order it. Cool. No, I have no
I'll
butter.
send you some butter.
I don't want the butter.
No, not from here. No. Our butter's too expensive.
No, but so I'm sure
that's the challenge.
Really I don't buy butter. Jay, that is so weird.
Having this conversation, I just realized, are you kidding?
Smart, I buy no butter. It's just oil. It's olive oil.
But even olive oil, that's gone up massively in the last couple of years.
It has.
Really big way.
It has, but it has its. It really fluctuates, like worse than gasoline. For God's sake,
serious?
Fucking nightmare. Yeah, it changes in price. Like sometimes it can jump. You can go to a place and it's a price. 2 weeks later, it's a different price, and it goes back down a little bit. It's just so weird. Yeah, olive oil is. It's just. I have no idea. I'm convinced that there was a tremendous amount of time in our lives that taught us to start looking at alternative ways of doing things, and the power of I don't want to use the word manipulation, but getting away with those things that we used to think about doing but never did. Now they're doing it and they're realizing that they can get away with it. False advert, blah 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 blah. Hey, this fake man-made meat. I mean, read the fine print. It's bigger than the freaking box, and it looks like design. It's written so freaking small. So yeah, there's just so much shit being put, and I mean, it's so sad. It really
in the olive oil, they used to say, like, for the amount of from extra virgin olive oil that came out of Italy, they would have need 5,000 more olive trees than what was actually.
Oh, it's crazy.
500 million more olive trees, not 5,000. Millions more of olive trees to. But the point being, Jay, is they shipped out so much extra virgin olive oil out of Italy that the whole world couldn't produce that much.
Yeah.
And
Really?
here it was coming. Yeah, it was because it was fake, right? It was getting cut and mixed. And
Well, so that's a very good point. And I don't know if Canada has caught on to this, or the consumers have as much as. I mean, listen, even here in the States, it's just still, even if it's like writing on a box saying smoking will kill you, and people still do it. But the fact that it says from Italy, product of Italy or product of Greece or whatever an area that people say, hey, here's value. People don't understand the difference between product from and produced in, right? So what happens is a good percentage of these products and brands and things that are coming over, they stamp olive oil and it's getting pressed, it's getting mixed with like 20 different types of olive oils. And when I was living in Portugal, because I lived there for so many years, I used to go to Italy and we used to do the olives. We just get in the trees and oh my God, my hands would be so freaking bruised during a day of seriously, Jay.
Why bruised?
You climb
Why?
trees and you take olives out of the trees. I made olive oil. So I'll never forget.
It's that easy, Chef?
Well, so you need the nets. The nets go on the bottom of the trees.
Yeah.
First you need the food. First, the most important, you need the basket of food. That needs to be packed before you go into the into the mountainside. So we used to make these amazing baskets, blah blah blah. Go up there. We have the food. There's like a big group of maybe 10 to 12 of us. We all go and we put nets on the base of the trees. It's literally like it has this hole in that, and they get stretched out. You climb the trees and you just freaking you grab each branch and you put it between your fingers and you almost like you're doing rosemary.
Serious?
Yeah. So if you have a lot of experience, it doesn't kill. Anyway, they give you a hand rake. If you want hand rakes, you can do it also. A family friend of mine, we did this so many years in a row. Anyway, a lot of fun. Then they fall into the nets. Then they get boom, boom, boom. They get all put to the center. You lift your arms up, and all the olives go to the center. Boom, and then they get put in bucket, blah, and then for the press. And I'll never forget Claudio and Valerio. He would say, from this jar, it was literally like a pint. He says they make 5 gallons of olive oil that gets shipped out. So from the first press of that olive oil that he showed, I remember the exact size of it, but just to show you how much it gets diluted the minute it leaves the country.
Really? So it gets cut. It's like
so wait a minute. So here's what happens. So not all of it, of course, because then you've got the first press that gets packaged in little bottles and they sell it for $100. Yes, there's that also. But there's a majority of it as well. Even the second press, they dilute tremendously. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But anyway, I mean, we should be so thankful that they're just diluting things like that these days. Oh, just anyway.
So you've never had? Do you even eat butter, Chef?
Very rarely, and once in a blue moon. Yeah, once in a blue moon, I might crave it. I just can't. I mean, just olive oil just overpowers
my
it.
mom does olive oil. I'll do olive oil now. Like butter.
We didn't grow up with it.
No, that's right. You didn't grow up with it. We
just didn't grow up with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Even on potatoes and vegetables, it'd be oil, not butter.
Never.
But Jay, that's what they had, right? They had olive oil, and they had.
But is butter more British then?
Oh, the English use butter like crazy.
It's only because they didn't have olives, though. If they had olives, they would be doing olive oil, right?
Again, they made more butter
for sure. Yeah.
But look, I mean, the Spaniards love their butter. You know what I mean? And they make great olive oil too.
They make great olive.
But
they make all the restaurants where people they eat that up. When they bring you bread and some olive oil, especially if it's good olive oil and some balsamic vinegar. My kids go crazy for that. People eat that up like crazy in restaurants that do that. Some restaurants still do that, right? Not a lot.
Well, so I mean, you know what? The smart ones won't do it.
No.
No, I'm joking. But I mean, bread fills you up. It's like going to a bar and having salty things to get drinks. you get a good piece of bread on the table with olive oil, you just cannot freaking stop eating it. So,
Exactly.
you're jeopardizing when
Now,
that
did the
person is ready
vinegar?
to take the order. I don't want an appetizer. I had all that bread.
So, chef, where's the balsamic vinegar and the oil come in then? When did they? Was that another different culture that said let's put the vinegar in it?
I think that's extremely, that's very Mediterranean. I mean, I don't know. I don't know when it started, but vinegar. I mean,
Do you do that,
do
or is
we
it
make
no?
vinegar?
No, do you put the vinegar in the oil?
Yeah, like make a
Okay.
vinaigrette. Yeah, I play with
Well,
that a
no,
lot.
but like just
Yeah.
to dip the bread in, so like a balsamic
Never,
vinegar.
never.
Never, really? You've had it
I
though.
have
You've had it.
never,
Have you ever
ever.
had it?
Mamma mia.
Mamma
My,
mia.
my, 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 my. No,
Are you
I've
from
never.
Calabria, chef?
Napoli.
Napoli.
Bella Napoli. Yeah.
Look at
But
Tom's all excited. He's like in heaven. This is
Doug,
great.
it's Doug,
No,
right?
but you never had vinegar in
No,
the
I'm
oil?
Dominic. I'm not
Oh,
Doug.
Domenic. Dom, he said. I thought he said Doug. I don't know why. Sorry, Dominic.
I should
Hey,
call
it's
him
late.
Doug once
It's
in a
late
while.
over here,
Dougie.
Yeah.
No, so you've never had vinegar in the oil, chef?
No, he's never
So,
served it.
so
He's never
here's
No, I'm
put it on his
and
asking if
you
you
menu.
want to know
had it.
something more screwed up about me when it comes to olive oil and vinegar.
You bathe in it.
So no. Yeah, perfect. It's my deodorant, Jay. I put a spritz of freaking balsamic
But that
glaze under
sounds like
my
a good
armpits
spa move,
every
is right?
morning
I'm
before I
sure
go
there's a
out.
spa that does it somewhere.
Yeah, I'm sure too. Goodness gracious. But yeah, I cannot mix olive oil and vinegar and dip, right? First of all, it always separates, so you'd have to somehow, you know, I don't know. It
Yeah.
would be the bread would taste oily, as crazy as that may sound, because of the watering down
Because
of
it would cut
the
it, right?
watering
It
down
would
of the
cut the oil.
balsamic, maybe when you
Yeah, yeah.
cut it. I think I don't do it, but and tomatoes for me also when I eat tomatoes, no balsamic vinegar.
Serious.
I love just olive oil, salt, and pepper with a little basil. Oh
Cheese? Little
no,
cheese?
no, a
No.
bit, maybe a
No.
little bit on the side or something, but
Oregano for
you know,
me in there. Same
yeah.
thing, but oregano.
Oregano?
I like oregano too. I could do oregano. Depends on the mood, but yeah.
That same thing though. Lots of tomatoes. So my go-to would be frizzile, like
Oh,
the dry bread,
freselli, man. I was just gonna bring that up. I just ate one earlier. That's what I had for
which is
dinner.
a dry piece of bread. You make
Yeah.
tomatoes, fresh tomatoes,
Is
olive
it the thing
oil.
you carve out in the middle?
No, they're toast, so we make them with wheats and then they're more. There's wheat, there's white flour. We have a few variety,
I know what it looks
but
like. It looks like a wheel. Is that the thing that looks like a wheel?
that's one version. And then
See, Dom?
there's really big flat ones. They look like
Yeah.
flatbreads, but they're very very rough. How do we say it?
Well, they're baked as a ring or a stick, and then they
A
cut them,
ring. I've seen the rings. They
and
look
then they
like
rebake them,
they
and they
look like
dry them
So
out.
those donuts
But
you put
on a
in
low
oil.
heat, they don't get
So
dark or
Dominic,
burnt.
wait a minute. I want to know: do you pass your friselle underwater before you put your tomatoes on top?
My mom does that, and she did it when I got here the other day. I was pissed.
So she
I
puts
want
the water.
She does a little bit of water,
Oh
but
man, that pissed me off every time I was growing up
me
because
too.
then you had to
I
eat it
just
fast or you lose the crunch.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
it
just want a
sucked.
little bit of I want a couple drops of water maybe, but I would
That's
just put
it. That's
the
it.
oil on. I'm gonna go get one. I'm gonna show it to Jay.
Now, does it look like a big bagel? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
so
talking
it
about?
is extremely dry. It's like a huge fucking dry crouton, and it's
How's
made of
that
wheat.
good though?
Yeah,
How's
it
that
does look like
good?
a bagel. Well, it's good because look, first of all, this is the way they used to preserve. I mean, you'd be able to take this anywhere; it would last forever. It was ways of preserving breads and flours, whatever. And this, like this, if friselle was a perfect kind of food we used to bring to the mountainside when we go and pick olives, because you put that in
Serious?
a bag. Well, yeah, you put that in a bag. You bring it to the mountainside. When you're ready, guys are ready to eat. We take juicy things and put it on there. There they are, and they stayed crunchy with the soggy,
It's a
wet stuff you
bagel.
put on top of them. It's not a bagel.
Not a bagel.
Mamma mia, my father's turning in his freaking grave. How could you say that? Managgia.
It needs cheese. It needs mayo and a little.
No, you can't do mayo.
So
Jay,
what's it
that is
taste
hard
like?
as a rock.
No, I don't know this.
I break your teeth.
Really?
Yes. Tell him, Dominic.
So is it like is it like a bread that you could actually last? Like it will last for a long time?
It'll last for a year.
A year.
A year. There's no moisture.
Try that, Dom.
Or
Can we
even more.
find one?
Yeah.
Well, they think about it. They ship it from Italy to North America, and they sell it in like an Italian specialty store. Here.
Well, these were kind of breads that even during the Egyptian days they would make. These were breads that were dried and they last forever as long as they didn't get any humidity. So what you do is, and here where your peasant food dishes originated from, where these were let's call these the placemats of the creation of peasant foods. One of many. So for instance, you'd have a lot of beans and stuff during those days, correct? And they'd get soaked and the water would never go to waste. You would take something like this and put it in a bowl, break it up and pour this brothy bean, whatever peasant type of food was made, in order to stretch out and also feed a lot more people in the same process.
Serious?
So you didn't need as much food. Yeah. So these would travel, everything. They're awesome. So normally, why I was asking Dominic if he ran water under them is because we grow up where you run a little water. Depends on your mom, but and some would just sprinkle it, some would soak the crap out of it. So what happens to get it soft, and then we would smash little tomatoes on top of it, right?
Serious?
With your fingers. You want to get all that freaking tomato juice in there. And then oregano, salt, pepper, fresh garlic, right? Or basil, whatever you want.
Oh, okay. We got garlic. Thank God.
And bam,
No, but as soon as you bite that, Jay, it's the combination of all those things, right? You would like it. You would immediately like it. Most people that I've ever given it to, they immediately like it.
Oh,
the Spanish have something called Spanish toast.
Yeah.
That is, it's kind of like that, but it's got the same elements. It's got sort of this dry, crispy bread. Right. The tomato, the person that made it for me, they rubbed garlic on the bread.
Right. Raw garlic.
Well, I've seen that
raw
before.
Garlic.
Now, Dom, is there restaurants that serve this then? Because it sounds pretty hardcore.
You'd probably have to go to a probably not here in Canada anyway.
In
Italy, I'm sure you'd get it.
This is
in
more
southern
in
Italy.
Yeah, and I think this is look. At the end of the day, it's not so common in restaurants, only because it's something everybody has in their house in a way that it's just made a volo, come diciamo in Italia.
On the fly, yeah.
On the fly, right? Yes, thank you. So,
for sure.
and these are things that, normally if you would go out to dinner, you'd say, you know what, I'm not going to get a frisella. You know what, it takes me 3 seconds to make. And don't forget, you're dealing with a culture that cooks at home a lot, right? So
and they I know for my family, they're hard markers. When you go out, they eat really good at home. A lot of people, probably all Mediterranean cultures do. I don't know, but when they go out,
it's changing, man.
They're critical of I bet, right? But even here, I know for us, like if we go out for an occasion, and there's a couple of good Italian restaurants, and there's a bunch of us there. I feel sorry for the restaurant just because, your mom, my mom, all of my sisters can make really, really good sauce and really good pasta and really good meatballs and really good whatever they're making, risotto. Like, so you go and have it at the restaurant. Well, they're immediately comparing it to their own and their own taste, right? So, for sure. You got to tone them down and say, listen, they're doing this as a business and they got to feed, 300 people tonight. And it's hard. It's not like 20 or 30 people, right?
It is very hard to get me to go to an Italian restaurant.
Yeah.
Serious?
Very hard. I don't know when the last time I was in an Italian restaurant. I don't know.
Dom, let's go to one when I'm down next.
Well,
Where are you, Dominic?
I'm in Calgary right now. I'm in Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Wait,
but
you broke up. I'm sorry.
I'm from Calgary,
Okay.
Alberta, and right now I'm in Thunder Bay, Ontario.
Oh, great.
North of Duluth and Minneapolis, like that part of the Ontario.
Oh, fantastic.
But my cousin's got a really, 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 really good restaurant in Milton. He's won some awards and stuff. We'll have to have him on our podcast, actually, Jay. So everybody I've taken to that restaurant has said, yeah, best Italian restaurant I've ever been to. Like he does it because I think it's because he does it like their traditional way. So an Italian restaurant would be just busy with families and communions and birthdays and baptisms and showers and stag parties. They could be busy enough just serving, the community that they're from in Italy, in Canada, because there's so many people that want to eat like they would at home, but at a restaurant. Right. So he caters to that. They have that business.
Right. And I think that's a good point. And restaurants need to understand the importance of these old fashioned recipes. There's nothing around. It's all being diluted.
Chef, do you think
the lasting ones? You're right. The lasting ones don't screw around with that, right?
Right.
Like I know, Jay, you talk about menu engineering and all that kind of stuff, and people should change and look at some of these things that are on their menus. Some of those things have to stay.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
Like penne vodka.
Yeah.
Exactly. No, I think is that I want to ask Chef this because we've been discussing this a lot, right? A lot of the restaurants I coach right now, and just this whole thing, it feels like we're in a really weird time right now within the industry. Like, and I am so tired of tech. I'm so tired of all these different things coming into our industry right now. I don't know if we're in a transition stage right now, but Chef, do you see that down in New York right now in Long Island? All this stuff that's going on, like it feels like everything's just a mess right now.
Oh yeah, no, Jay, you everywhere. I don't think it's just like Canada listen, my family in Italy is telling me this. The only places that are not feeling it are these places that people go to that, in parentheses, don't need to work. I don't want to use the word retire. Lots of retirees, yes, but others that don't really need to necessarily worry too much about money. So what happens, you get these clutters of places in Europe and the States, neighborhoods, whatever, that don't feel it and will never feel it. But the majority are feeling it. And what I say by that is, you see a tremendous decline in people wanting to spend. Or let's rewind that. Not people being afraid to spend. I think it's amazing how people now are starting to understand, wait a minute, if I have a coffee twice a day, that's this much a week, that's this much a month. Holy shit, that's half of my car payment, right? So people are really starting to kick in. It's almost as though like during COVID, we had a world of where nobody even knew how to freaking boil water. And then all of a sudden you got all these freaking master chefs popping out at every fucking social media thing that can come and go out, which is great. Please, I'm not knocking this when I say that. I say that with
it's okay. We knocked golf yesterday, so it's okay.
Well, but I say that with a lot of joy because it makes me very happy that so many people learn how to, again, boil water, meaning cook, do things, explore. So what happens now, you got this tremendous amount of people that learned how to do something like that, and now people need to learn how to do what's happening over here because it's very hard to fluctuate market. And you really need to learn and put yourself in a position of, not drowning, because you're buying stuff for one price one week, another price another week. So everyone is scared and they're starting to calculate. So yeah, you see it everywhere. People are afraid to spend. Dude, there are hours I look out in front of my shop. I'm like, it looks like a freaking ghost town out there. Really, it's like no cars pass or something. Yeah, you're feeling it here.
Well,
you know.
Chef, I have to run here, but I want to thank you. And Dom, I think I know why John wasn't at 7:30, because it's 7:30 in his town in Vegas. Am I right, John? Yeah, we got to hear you, John. We're going to bring you into the studio, but I'm an idiot. Okay, so he's there. I'm a schmuck. I messed it up. Anyways, John's here. So, Chef, I want to wish you all the best.
I got it. Listen, I'm going to bed.
Yes, you look tired.
Chef, so much. Are you coming to the next Food Service and Hospitality Expo in September in Calgary?
We'll get Domenic and his team to send you some stuff.
That'd be nice. Well, let's talk. I'm not sure. I don't know dates, but Jay will put us.
We'd love to have you.
Yeah, Jay will put us in touch. All right, guys.
Thanks so much, Chef.
Ciao. Buonasera.
Buonasera.
Right.
What a cool guy.
So no. Now we have to continue with John. Now he's here.
Oh, geez.